green tea, Mother Nature's bladder juice. Let's say that someone was diagnosed with cancer. The main reason why it's so disheartening is because of the nearly incurable decreased lifespan of 2 to 10 years. That's less time to spend with your family and loved ones, less time to pursue your goals and ambitions in life, less time to be happy. There is another type of social cancer that works similarly, taking huge undesirable portions from your life, on top of which playing a key role in other problems like depression, negative nihilism, insomnia, and random episodes of existential crisis. This is what procrastination does to a person. In a formal definition, procrastination is the avoidance of doing a task that needs to be accomplished, choosing less urgent tasks in preference to more urgent ones. In order for a behavior to be classified as procrastination, it must be counterproductive, needless, and creates a sense of guilt for doing so. Some situational examples are an employee or a student procrastinating on his work assignment by playing games on their phone, taking very enthusiastic walks after realizing how much work you have due, watching way too many YouTube videos 4 hours before an important exam, procrastinate on attempts to overcome procrastination, and walking around the house like a deranged inmate listening to music while dancing when you're supposed to finish your research work on procrastination. Procrastination is more complex than just laziness or bad time management. In fact, every subfield of psychology has a different way of looking at it. A neuropsychologist might call it a failure of executive function, or how you plan ahead and prioritize things. A social psychologist, on the other hand, might see it as a problem related to emotion regulation and trying to avoid bad feelings like stress. And evolutionary psychologists think it might be partly genetic. Even though all subfields have a slightly different way of studying the problem, they all agree that it's definitely not good for us. Now, I can go in depth to every single branch of cause and bore you and myself in the process, but I can't animate that. So, how do we beat it? Well, there is no cure. At least not one golden bullet to bring down procrastination for good. If it was that easy, we wouldn't have this problem in the first place, and I would be doing my research on other pressing social concerns. Similar to cancer, both of these words are recognized and defined using a single term, when in reality they are actually a group of disorders with dozens of various interacting factors experienced differently by every individual. Even though the word procrastination can be vaguely translated to wasting time, depressive procrastination is part of a broader scheme. It isn't just postponing physical impending tasks. It's part of the reason why you feel like a failure no matter what you do. The reason why you can't help but feel incomplete because this isn't what life is supposed to be for you. The reason why you lack the insight to know what you really want. And why you can't leave the bed at night to take a piss even though the bathroom is like right there. But nonetheless, here are some simple, easy to follow, do-it-yourself helpful tips compiled from my research. Number 1, drugs. The legal prescribed kind. Seek professional help from a therapist or a psychiatrist if you believe the problem to be serious enough. Antidepressants and sharing your productivity progress have shown to reduce self-destructive levels of stress, anxiety, and poor time management, which is a contributing factor to many procrastinators. Number 2, sleep for 7 to 8 hours consistently around a fixed time schedule every night. There are hundreds and hundreds of various research papers proving a very significant link between sleep and stabilized mental health. Number 3, don't rely on willpower to fight procrastination. It is very limited and burns out faster than you think. It is much more effective to plan out small periods of study sessions rather than attempting to grind all day. Learn the difference between correlation and causation. Social media only help facilitate an already existing desire to procrastinate, and not the cause of it. The fault is within ourselves, and you as a human is adaptable beyond measure. Don't absorb poorly researched information from hypocritical content creators that hasn't seen sunlight or slept over the past 72 hours. Do not take their word as gospel, especially pretentious advice from disembodied smartass narrators whose life is probably and considerably duller than yours. Number 6, attempt to appreciate meta humor. Number 7, know that you are going to die one day. And regardless of what you've achieved or haven't, it will come to an end. You are nothing but moments in time. And if you're truly satisfied with what you're doing right now, you wouldn't feel guilt or that hole inside you. So ask yourself, do you love this moment, the one you're in right now? And if you don't, then what's missing? Because the opposite of procrastination isn't productivity, it's fulfillment. And most importantly, green tea, Mother Nature's bladder juice.